Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another craft adventure. I decided I wanted to give the vintage watercolor some more practice because I love this, and I know that the issues that I'm having with it are simply because I'm just not skilled at it. So here we go again. Now I have some watercolor card. This one is Fabriano. It's not the Artistico. It's actually called the Fat Pad. It's a really thick pad of paper. But anyway, so I have that, and I have this mandala stamp from Altenew. This has been in my stash for some time. It may not be available, but as always, I'll try to link to everything downstairs in the description box. Everything that's available, or if I can find something similar. So stamp that out probably about 6 or 7 times because it took me a while to get that full image, you know what I mean? So I have added just a little bit of the Elegant Writer in just a few places because I need to have more control of it over it, and a little goes a long way. And you can see that watercolor brush, that was also from Altenew. That just wasn't working for me on this. It just didn't have the right flow. So set that down and pulled out this brush. It is from Silver. It's part of the Black Velvet series. It's number 6 round, and it is so much better. Don't be afraid to switch out your tools. Don't be afraid to switch out your stamp or your ink colors or whatever it might be. You know, whatever you need to do to be comfortable and so that your product looks the way that you want it to. So as you saw on the screen, I am adding some more color and just dabbing just tiny little bits just to intensify the color that's already coming out of the Elegant Writer. Because remember, the Elegant Writer and the Distress ink that I stamped in are both water reactive, and so the properties of the Elegant Writer allow it, or cause it, I don't know, to bleed out. It's a black pen, but it bleeds out in pink and purple and green and mostly blue, I would say, and of course gray and even black, but it's just absolutely stunning. And then when that mixes with the Distress ink, you just get some very unique and beautiful results. But if you want to intensify that color, I am taking just a little bit of my watercolor crayons and just scribbling it out onto my work surface and picking it up as though it were paint. So just anything that's water reactive that is compatible with the other two products, and sometimes you won't know till you try it. But really, in the end, all I'm doing is using clean, clear water, and that is what's moving all the color around and activating it and allowing them to kind of merge and blend together. I'm not adding any other pigment except in areas where I want to intensify color that's already there. Otherwise, I'm not adding anything. I'm not painting specifically with different colors. I'm just adding what's already there. So you can't see, but I have some pink scribbled out, but I also add some purple. I add some more blue. I've got some yellow and some green that I try to use down the road, but mostly it's the blue and the purple that kind of are the main colors that get intensified. So I'm just having a good time and just allowing the process to be what it is, slowing down, using just water, cleaning my brush frequently, and just allowing it to do what it's going to do, trying not to over manipulate, and just let it blend, let it merge, let it bleed. And so while we watch the process, I'm just going to allow the music to play, and I'll pop in from time to time if I feel there's something that needs to be said. But there will also be more things up on the screen. And of course, if you have any questions about anything that's not covered, please drop it downstairs. Let me know what your questions are, what you might be thinking, if you've done this, you know, all those things. Anything you want to talk about, just go downstairs in the comments section and I'll meet you down there. But for now, here's some music. Something I forgot to mention in the beginning was I have another video where I have 10 tips, and one of those tips was to choose your image wisely because you need something with more open space, which allows the colors to blend and to mix. And I've tried to do that. This one has a lot of open space. It's detailed, but it's not detailed in that it has like all the shading and things like that. I have a couple bonus cards at the end that are also open spaces, and we'll see those here in just a little bit, and you can tell me which is your favorite. And as it says on the screen, I love the addition of the purple and the green. I think it just makes everything else pop. It makes those lighter shades and lighter tones pop, and the blue and the purple together just play nice, and the green and the blue together play nice. I think it's really pretty. Time for a break. And again, re-stamp your image. That's why you left the stamp in the Misti, because you want it to be in the exact same place. Make sure that your paper placement in the Misti is where it needs to be, snuggled down into, for me, the bottom right corner. And here I use some Distress Glaze in Vintage Photo to do my heat embossing. I could have used black or gold or anything that I wanted to, but that is what I chose. And so now I am adding those grungy details. This is where it starts to really become a Nancy project, if you will. So I spritzed my paper with water before I added that script stamp, because that allows that script to kind of blend and bleed and I don't know, not smear and smudge, but spread a little bit just so that it looks old. And then of course the splatter, and then I did the sheer shimmer spray. That is from Imagine Crafts. I did that over the entire panel, and there you can see some of that shimmer as I'm drying it, and it'll come back and you'll see the shimmer again. It's so pretty. Then of course trimmed it down and constructed the whole card and just added the details that pleased me in that moment. But I'm going to allow the music to play, and I'll be back again. Here I just wanted to bring in some more of that purple, and I bring in some splatters as well. And I also do some details on the inside of the card, as you could see, and the outside of the card, only in the areas that are going to be shown once it's all constructed. I am loving this purple. Now on this sentiment, this is an oldie. I believe it is from Honeybee. It's really nice. It's a very sweet, thin font, but it doesn't show up. So I try all kinds of different things to make it show, and it just doesn't. So I add white over it in the end, and we'll be able to see what that looks like. It stands out a little bit more. But here is the finished card, all put together, adding the grungy details, the kind of country folksy details as well. There's that inside, just a little bit of something. And these are the others that I made. Now these stamps are from Sassy and Crafty, who unfortunately is no longer in business, but I love that they're big, wide, open spaces on these images, so you get to play. You have more space to allow those colors to blend and mix and bleed, and just allow them to do what they're going to do. And then I did go back in with some specific colors to add a little more detail and that kind of thing. And even the oopses look like they're supposed to be the way that they are. I love these. I think they're so fun. And if you guys know me, you know I like to do Halloween all year anyway. And you can see a lot of the blunders on this one up close, but in the end, they just add to the card. Like, I'm not mad about it. Do I wish I could have fixed some of those blunders? Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie. But in the end, I think they're just cute. Super cute. What do y'all think? We'll have another close-up look at the Sweet Friend card, and there you can tell some differences. And you can see on the sentiment I added the white layer, and then the blue layer just becomes a shadow, and I think that really helps. So guys, thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, talk to me downstairs in the comments about the vintage watercolor and those kinds of things. Really anything you want to talk about, I'm here for it. All right, guys, this has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Thank you again for joining me. You guys are the best. And as always, mwah, I'm out.